everybody? How's it going? We are here with Bret Ernst.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
All right.
He's got a lot of shit going on. He's a busy man.
Well, I'm out because I'm only out here because I'm moving out here, and I gotta deal with the guy doing the tile.
Oh shit.
So
That's what we do on our day-to-day. We're granite installers.
Yeah.
Are you guys really?
Yeah.
Dude, I honestly I can use your help.
Okay.
I really can. I need an accent wall in my condo. Can we do that?
Yeah. You can do anything you want.
Really?
Hey, everybody on the 12th Parsec, you're hearing what we do in our real life.
Are you serious?
No, I swear to God. My dad, my family, it's been granite for over 30 years.
We grew up in it, so.
Oh yeah, you guys are half Mexican, of course. It's like the Italians, by the way. That's all we do. I lay tile. I didn't do it professionally, but my old house, I did it. I'm not out here to be able to do it.
Well, being Italian, that's definitely in your blood.
Oh fuck yeah!
That's where all the prettiest stuff comes from.
Dude, when I was 11, I was doing the construction grunt work. I meant I was like, cleaning up after everybody. I've always been around it, but I don't really have a trade. I just my grandfather was a builder, and my other grandfather was he installed hot water heaters.
Oh wow,
nice.
But dude, no, this is great, man. You don't understand. This is fucking beautiful.
No, yeah, dude, we're like seriously not far either. So.
Yeah.
But no, we do stuff all over. We do a commercial right now, but we grew up in the custom industry, so that's all we did. Granite sinks.
I need my bathroom
man.
done.
Okay.
I'll cut you in, man. We got to talk off the air. I got to tell you what the fuck is happening right now.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll run over in the
hemorrhaging
parking
right
lot. He's like, why'd you fucking say something before we started?
Well, I wouldn't know. It wouldn't matter now. I mean, the guy's great. He just didn't show up for 2 days.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's Vegas, man. Vegas is a weird place.
It is.
I was saying to myself, and he's doing great work.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, like, getting back to that, my grandfather, like the guys that did that work back in the day, they had so much pride in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Not saying that he doesn't, but like now when you're dealing with like these types of people, not him particularly. Okay.
Yeah.
He just was, he's trying to bang it all out. He was, I don't know what his deal was, but there was a couple people that I had tried to meet with, and you could just tell that are they even going to show up?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when with my family, it was their trade, so
I
they
feel
took pride in their work, their concrete work.
Exactly.
and
It was like an art, and now it's just a job for people.
That's the way. So in Colorado, that's all. I mean, back in the day, man, it was everybody wanted quality work, and nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
It's all about how fast you can get it done, and how like they don't even care what it looks like.
Yeah.
So we do stuff, and it's almost like a slap in the face for us because we take pride in what we do.
Yeah.
So when we do it, and they're like, they don't give a shit, and you spend all this time, then you get yelled at for taking too long.
For taking a while, yeah.
We're like, well, what do you
look
want?
how fucking nice it is,
No,
They don't care.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's like guys down there, though, they're fucking slapping shit together. You can feel all the seams and fucking dull and doesn't look good. And,
Well, like that's why you're better to do it yourself. That was what I wanted to do. I just couldn't do it because I don't live here.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, that's great. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what we've been doing.
Dude, I'm trying to figure this out now. I'm dead serious. This is what I'm texting. I'm trying to figure it out now.
I'm like, that's what I started doing when I was 14, man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everybody, this is Bret Ernst. I don't know if you guys know. You guys are probably fans of Cobra Kai. This is the Daniel LaRusso's cousin.
Yeah, cousin Louie.
Cousin Louie.
So that came out like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, we shot it 2 years ago.
I watched it because we watched it on fucking YouTube.
We got YouTube Red for that shit.
And when that came out, we were super pumped on it, and nobody cared about it because nobody wanted to subscribe to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Netflix picks it up, and it's like #1 right now.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that originally, from what I heard, is like Netflix, there was not a bidding war on it, but Netflix was interested to begin with, but YouTube, it was YouTube Red, by the way, which is hilarious because a lot of people started calling it RedTube.
Yeah.
Is that why they changed it to premium?
I think so. Because I'm not even trying to be hacky, but my mom accidentally said it's on the tube. She goes, it's on the Tube Red. And she works at JCPenney, right?
I see where this is going.
And she said like Tube Red. And then I saw her manager, who's a young dude. We just start laughing. And I said, no, Ma, it's YouTube Red. And then, and then some people, but anyways, So when YouTube Red was like, no, we'll give you the whole series.
Yeah.
So they decided to go with it. And it's executive produced by Will Smith. And the guys that wrote it.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
He owns the property. Remember, he remade it with his kid.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
So then, and then the guys that did Hot Tub Time Machine and Harold and Kumar, they're all involved in writing it and directing it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was really, people loved it, but nobody knew about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now,
Because when we first started watching it, everybody's like, this, that. And then I was like, dude, this show's actually really fucking good. Like they did the production was there,
Well, no, it's legit.
Yeah, it's a legit
it's a legit
show.
Sony produces it, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't, like everybody's like, oh, it's a YouTube series. And I'm like, it's not just a fucking YouTube series. Like I was arguing with my band members.
Well, they were trying to launch a streaming service site. And, that's what they were trying to do. Yeah, YouTube was, but they didn't push it. I mean, they signed a huge deal with Kevin Hart.
Okay.
I just think that if they would have maybe put more advertising into it, because a lot of people didn't even know it was out there, But,
yeah, that was like the weirdest thing too, is like, because even like still the YouTube premium stuff, you don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's still what it is.
No, there's like because it's not YouTube Red anymore, which is reasoning for what you said. Yeah,
right.
so it's YouTube
I think
Premium.
that's my theory.
That's got to be what it is, dude. Because I just picture your mom screaming at you now for asking why you're on that site. But
I think that had to have been. I think somebody must have said to them, "Hey guys, like from a marketing aspect."
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Because I don't know why they chose Red.
Yeah,
I have no fucking idea. But yeah, so when that came out, we did that. We watched the first season, and then I even watched the second season on there. And the second season I thought was really good as well.
Yeah.
But that's when I felt like they were actually like getting like a lot, like the fight scenes and stuff like that. Like that's really cool, man. Because I mean, the '80s one's pretty cheesy. Let's face it.
Well, we have a yeah. Well, no, I mean, look, who directed it was John Avildsen.
Okay.
So he's he's a very famous. He did Rocky.
Yeah.
And he's an Academy Award winning director. And the Karate Kid was such a classic. Now that's more my age group when I was a kid. Now my mother was Italian and we moved from Jersey to Florida, and it was just weird that was always there.
Yeah.
And it just meant a lot to my generation. Like it was something that was like, we didn't view it as cheesy, but when you watch it as older, you're like, it's so 80s, man.
Yeah. I guess that's like what I mean. Like, yeah, like it's like, the second one, I guess is what I'm getting at here. The first one's great. Second one's all right.
The second Karate Kid when he goes to Okinawa.
Yeah.
And the third, it gets out of control. And by Karate Kid 10.
That's what I was getting at. But yeah, I guess because I love like 80s movies, man. Like Back to the Future.
Oh,
I was like, I hate new movies. I feel like back in the day they put a lot more passion into it.
It was just it was that era. I think it's very hard to define this era now.
Yeah.
There's no trademark on it. Like when you go to the 80s, you see the fashion. And the 90s, you could tell, there was, and then it's just kind of all homogenized.
Yeah, no,
I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore.
That really summed it up. What's up, buddy? Just checking this camera. Oh, you're good. Sorry, we're having some camera issues over here, guys.
Here's what's gonna make you sick. Oh, I told you I had a story. Now, when I was a kid, my, I was when the original Star Wars came out. I saw it in the theater, right? And my real father had bought me, had a life-size Darth Vader, life-size Han Solo, right? And then my older brother was a big collector of Star Wars stuff. And we had it with the lightsaber that came out,
okay,
right? We had, it was all originals, okay? And then we had these, and I couldn't find them online, but I'm telling you, Marvel... there was a comic book that was really big. It was really big Star Wars comic books.
Okay.
They were huge. And we had all of them, right? So my brother collected all of this. And my mother said, if your kids don't clean your room, I'm going to throw all your fucking toys out. She threw all those goddamn toys out. Holy shit. And now I go, Carol, do you know how much money that shit was?
Oh no!
My older brother, he kept it. I mean, it wasn't out of the package.
Yeah.
But he was so meticulous that everything was perfect.
Yeah.
And my mom tossed
wow.
everything.
That's.
I'd say she probably cost us. I would say at least $10,000.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of people don't realize. So like the reason we got into it, and like is you see everything's in boxes. Yeah, we don't take nothing out of boxes. We don't open anything. It's because
You're collectors.
The way the how much it like goes up in value like every 5 years. I think they're saying it's like what, like 400%.
But they're overproducing them now. So
certain ones.
So
yes.
like there was a thing for that you could get away for. It was Boba Fett. You couldn't get them in stores. So you had to cut out these little fucking symbols.
Must be the prototype.
And mail them in.
Oh yeah.
No, you could only mail it in to get them.
Okay.
Right. Now here's something else. Before the movie started, okay, I remember this. They sold just an empty box of like you bought it and it was promising you Star Wars figures. I swear to God, I'm not making that up. Look it up.
What happened is Hasbro. Yeah, Hasbro. Well, Star Wars, they didn't think it was going to be anything, so they didn't have any of the toys lined up to sell.
Oh, wow.
I read on this. And
I thought you were gonna.
So like kids were literally opening up like the boxes for Christmas, right? And
there was nothing in it.
There was nothing in it.
They were just saying this is what you're gonna get when it comes in.
So there was like a pre-sale pretty much on.
Yeah, but you had to have the box, and then like basically what it was is like all your figures, you could set up in the display.
That's cool.
But Hasbro, they didn't have the toys because they're like, oh, this movie's gonna be a fucking flop. So they didn't really make any toys for it. Is what happened.
Did you have one of those?
What my older brother had it. My older brother got all. I wasn't into it like that. My older brother was really into it.
Okay.
Then when I got older, when before Empire Strikes Back came out, so that was 82. I liked Han Solo, so I had the big Han Solo, and I had the big Chewbacca.
Okay.
But my toys that I liked growing up, I loved the $6 Million Man. Okay, the Bionic Man.
Yeah.
And I love superheroes. So they like, and it was weird. This like you could buy these superheroes. They had like costumes. They didn't even look. It was like if you lifted up his Spider-Man, he'd have a Spider-Man hand, but it was like regular arm. Right? The shit was it was like shit. But it was weird because you could buy Batman figures and Superman, and then Spider-Man, and then Thor, and they didn't care if it was Marvel or DC. Whoever made these. I mean, again, I'm going back. I'm like 6.
Yeah.
When but I love the superheroes. And then my older brother was really into action figures. We had Star Trek. He had, and I had a Bat Cave, but it was made out of if you look it up, it was shitty. It was like cheesy as fuck. Even Star Trek. That was the other one where you I don't know if you ever seen it where they would phase out, but you turn the top and it would just throw them out the back.
I had never even seen those.
Dude, you got to look at it, man. But it was, we had all that shit, man.
You got to swap the camera with that back room real quick, buddy.
Swap it out?
Yeah, swap it from the rim cam.
All right.
Because my older brother had all that shit, man.
Yeah, see, so dude, those old toys like that, like right now, I know if you got one of the prototype Bobas, I think they're going for like $8,000 for one little action figure.
We didn't get it. We never had it. And we never sent it in. I just remember we were trying to save the little symbols to get it, and something happened where they didn't make them anymore or something. My brother was devastated by it.
That's another thing we don't have anymore is like, I remember like when my dad used to save all the Pepsi tags, and like, if you bought it, you got to cut your little cardboard thing out. They don't do shit like that no more.
Wait, what was the Pepsi one?
Like if you got like so many of them, you got like a free jacket, you got the basketballs or
they did. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm saying like that was like something
they used to do that with cigarettes, like Marlboro, right? So like if you smoke like 8,000 packs, you could get like a fucking pen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's sending your points.
I remember my dad used to drink a lot of Pepsi, and like he'd keep this fucking cases of it, and he would cut out all the little things, and like we got like the side like footballs, basketballs, all that stuff. And they all said Pepsi.
Yeah.
And then, like I think he even got the leather jacket. He drank so many Pepsis. But that's like something like now that like
it's like, hey, you get a leather jacket and fucking diabetes.
Yeah, it's like a fucking
congratulations.
It's a Blockbuster now. Nobody even knows what that's like, I guess.
Do you remember Blockbuster? You're kind of young.
No, that was like, yeah, I always give my brother shit about that. I'm like, dude, like you'll never forget the smell on like a Friday night walking into Blockbuster with your mom and dad.
It was great. That was to go to the video store was so exciting.
It was like, wasn't it exciting? Mm-hmm. Like that was like what you look forward to every week. It was
fucking great. And you going to the movies in general, I used to love.
Yeah. That's another thing that we were just talking about a couple podcasts ago. We were like, man, that's another thing that with this COVID bullshit, I hope it doesn't die.
Well, they said they're reopening them this weekend, right?
Well,
they're doing Empire Strikes Back.
No, we did because the Santa Fe. Actually, I rented we rented the entire theater
for like $100.
Yeah,
right?
for me and the family to go. So we watched. We saw Dirty Dancing one time. We saw Goonies.
Okay.
And then I took my wife, just me and my wife we went and saw Indiana Jones because she'd never seen it.
Really?
Yeah. So we went and saw those 3 movies, and it's all like classics, which is great.
Yeah.
That's
So what did you think of the new Star Wars? The Kathleen Kennedy era?
So I think being a Star Wars fan, Holden's gonna be pissed because he's back there changing cameras right now. He's like, "This is my time. This is my time to shine."
Get in there. Let's go. Let's hear your opinion.
No, yeah. So I, as a Star Wars fan, I just love Star Wars in general. I thought that The Last Jedi sucked, but it was still after I watched. So the first time I watched it, I got caught up in the media hype, and I was like, I hate it.
What was the media hype?
Everybody hated it. They made fun of it. They said it was, not within the storyline. This, that. They said it didn't make any sense. They ruined Star Wars.
Well, I agree with that from a script standpoint. It's just from just being watching a movie. I just don't understand how the fuck you just throw in that, the Emperor's back, and it's in the scroll, right? And then that also now defeats the purpose of Darth Vader, because the whole thing was he was the one that was supposed to bring balance. So by the way he went out and finding peace and killing the Emperor, it brought balance. All that shit was erased because he's still alive. So that ruined the whole fucking Darth Vader angle. And then the fact that they just, like I said, that is such a huge thing. Oh, by the way, the Emperor's still alive. So we're just not going to figure out how the fuck that happened, right? He's just attached to a machine. So it kind of erased, I'm saying from like a continuity standpoint and a storyline, it made no fucking sense. It was like a cheap way of writing. It would just be like, okay, and Superman's evil, and now Batman's fighting him, and you just pick up where Superman's a dick, and we never learn why the fuck is he a dick? Dude, you know what I mean?
Predator just fucking changed my whole entire perspective on Star Wars.
Well, I mean, what was brilliant about it to me, the way Lucas wrote it, and again, you never realize it's about Darth Vader. You never realize it's about Anakin.
Yeah.
Everything's about Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? The first 3 to just Darth Vader, his son, but at the end, he was the chosen one. And what made it brilliant is that when you think of destiny, destiny isn't always cut and dry, right? So the fact that he had to be evil and kill all these people in order to build and balance it out, it was almost like, just the way how fate works, or the way that we think it's supposed to be isn't, and good and bad are, always at war with each other. And and then now this motherfucker's alive on a goddamn fucking fish tank, and we don't even know how it happened. It's just in the beginning credits. Oh, by the way, the Emperor's alive. Let's go.
Yeah.
I just thought it was lazy writing, and then the other PC shit didn't bother me as much as it bothered everybody else. I didn't give a fuck about that as much as if the storyline works.
Dude,
it's like the Ghostbusters reboot, and Leslie Jones is a very dear friend of mine.
Okay,
but I think it would have had more success if we just said that those were their daughters and made that storyline, as opposed to acting like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd never existed. And now we're rebooting. That's lightning in a bottle. Bill Murray, all of that is lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just act like that never happened.
Yeah.
Whereas if they made it, all of their daughters got together, which I think the new one seems like that's what they're doing.
It's his grandkid, right?
Yeah, and I think that's dope.
See, I think that's cool. See, because I hated the Ghostbusters reboot. I did not like that at all.
Look, my nieces enjoyed it, so I enjoyed it. And Leslie's, a friend, so I was rooting for it.
And it's not that, like you just said, it's not that I hated it. I guess that's a bad choice of words.
Well, it's okay. You have every right to hate it.
Like if it would have came out now, I wouldn't have watched it still. But I watched it because of the original Ghostbusters, because I thought it all tied together. And then I realized they just literally did a really bad reboot of it.
It just, I just don't know.
I think for what they had to work with, they did a good job. But
I mean, I get what they were doing with it, but it just there are so many original ideas and scripts in Hollywood. Why are we doing it that way?
Yeah.
Why do we keep doing it this way?
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? It should, because it's finances, it's action figures, it's things they're trying to sell, and
I think it all kind of falls back onto what you're saying about nowadays though is like you can't really like everybody's just trying to redo what's already been done because nobody's sure where we're supposed to go right now.
Well, and also too, I think it's a guarantee overseas sale. Mm-hmm. So back in the day, we made movies for America. Yeah, that's sold overseas, and then the way the business is developed, a lot of these companies were trying to guarantee overseas sales before the movie's even shot. Right. Okay. So if they know they can sell, already make their money plus a profit by pre-selling a movie to China for distribution without the movie even being shot. And then China says, yeah, but they're going to make it more towards those markets So it's, it's just about sales. And I understand that, but
that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Because that's what it seems like. It seems like they're just trying to make a profit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you really want to think of the pinnacle of movie making, in my opinion, in television, I would have to say the 70s was by far the most creative. Because, when Hollywood first started, it was all of the studio films, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to make you a star, see? Mm-hmm. Like, they used to overact. Like, you know what I mean? You ever see those? Where they're over. By the way, it's called transatlantic speak. So the way they talk on those movies, like this, yeah, see? That was like America's version of proper. It was America tried to have like a proper accent. They called it transatlantic speak.
Oh, wow. I've always wondered like if that was if that's how they actually talked in that time, or it was just for movies.
It was like trying to show an upper class in America it was like the way that they talked in the movies. So the studios try to create this thing. But you got to remember when you watch those, there was a lot of overacting and it wasn't until like Citizen Kane came out with like an interesting storyline. You could see the evolution of film. Mm-hmm. But when you got to the 70s and you had those young filmmakers like Spielberg and Lucas and Scorsese and then you started getting actors like a Dustin Hoffman that didn't just look like Clark Gable, but actually was like, they were into the acting of it. Yeah. Is when it really started to take off. And then you had all these brilliant concepts like, I mean, you can argue the greatest movies of all time, from The Godfather to Star Wars to The Exorcist to Rocky to Saturday Night Fever. God bless it. No, Airplane. I think Airplane was 80, but then you had Young Frankenstein. You had a lot of Mel Brooks films. Mm-hmm. Just everything was just about the art, and it just really pinnacled. And same thing with music too, man. When you look at like
definitely
from Zeppelin to that era, you had like 80,000 rock bands. None of them sounded the same. Yeah. And they all artistically were phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. And that's absolutely. Yeah, wow, man, that fucking really summed up a lot right there, actually.
And now it just seems like everybody's a critic. Yeah. Like it just seems that the newer and it's not the younger ones, it's more the millennials. Because the millennials are pushing middle age now. They're not like fucking kids anymore. Yeah. Yeah. They use the term millennial to talk about everyone, but you guys, like, if you're more of the new one, the Gen Y or whatever, there's a more of a creative surge coming from the younger than the millennial, right? I think you're on the cusp.
But I would think so I'm a millennial technically.
No, but I think you're more closer to his generation than to that generation. Okay, because I'm Gen X,
so I'm not an asshole.
No, I mean, listen. I think that I met a lot of great millennials, and when you're looking at some of the creative ones. But on a whole, it's just a group of people that they're just constantly criticizing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like constantly saying, did you know back then? Yeah, we know. That's why we're here now. That happened. Let's go. No. So I haven't seen a lot of, you're looking it up? Yeah. So what's a millennial?
So
trailing millennial. I'm a
14 to 25.
Leading millennial.
26 to 31.
What year were you born?
Me?
Yeah.
I was born in 97.
Okay, so you're a trailing millennial. You're both trailing millennials.
Yeah, we're both trailing millennials.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But there's a term now for you guys. See, I'm Gen X. Yeah. I'm skipped over. No, for real, we're skipped over.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No, this is off. Baby boomers are not 65 to 47. That's fucking insane.
Was that on the Wikipedia, bro?
Wiki.
No, baby boomers were called baby boomers because they were born in the 40s. Baby boomers are my okay, that's more like
55 to 73. Generation X is
39 to 54. Okay. That makes sense. That's more
Generation Z at 22 and under. So
that you're right there.
yeah.
And you're on the cusp of, because there is that sweet millennial spot right now is like 30 to like 35.
Yeah.
That's where they're like really all in.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have older ones that are closer to my generation that are like 38-year-olds or more who remember the 90s.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I remember, I keep telling him all the time. I give my mom shit all the time. Like, you guys fucked me over because I was born 10 years late.
Well, you could have died young in the like the 70s and shit, and then popped back up in the 90s, and that's why you're still leaning that way.
That's actually been talked about a lot. Especially they said like the era I was born. They said a lot of the kids from that thing always said that, you know, they didn't really fit in with the kids and everything for the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
They felt like they were kind of reincarnations of.
Hey, listen, if you believe in that, it would make sense that, you know, it's why like it's weird, like in the kids in the 90s when they were in their 20s started bringing back the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the 70s. In the 70s, they were bringing back the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe like, you know.
They say all that stuff's on like a
big loop.
big loop. Yeah.
Who the fuck
Because
knows?
like when I was, I mean,
Except
like
for now.
my first concert when I was 14 was Poison and Cinderella. So like I'm stuck in a wrong generation.
But just so you know, they weren't that great.
Oh fuck! Hey man, I was 14 and
I'm just saying.
I got to see some like 30-foot boobies, man, on the jumbotron. Yeah, that's great. I can't guarantee you that they were like all that aged that well, but at that age, you didn't give a fuck.
Nah, of course not.
I got
Probably
hit,
a little
I got
weathered. Probably a little weathered.
No, the boobs.
Yeah.
I got hit in the head with a pair of panties. My dad's like, "Don't touch them."
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck that is. That's great.
But no, yeah. So I always talk to my mom's always saying that. She's like, "Man, the '80s, son, you don't even know." Yeah, I'm like, "Stop."
See, I personally like the 90s better.
Okay.
And I think I'm more partial to the 70s. I thought the 80s, you got a little too
Pretty.
well, you used the word cheesy, and I was going to agree with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's enough. Like the fashion was fucking god awful.
Got overdone.
It wasn't as bad as the bell bottoms,
Yeah.
but like in the 90s, it kind of leveled out a little.
I was gonna say like the
Like, 'cause
70s,
the
those
swingers-
bell bottoms.
Yeah, well, 70s was not that great either. If I could pick one era, I would do the 40s. You know, the
40s,
three-piece
yeah.
suits. You know, the
Oh,
guys
yeah.
were gentlemen.
Yeah.
They were
definitely.
men. You know what I mean?
That could be your Italian descent right there too, though.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was always more respectful. You would
Just they
dress
look like
nice.
fucking men. You know, everybody carried themselves a little different.
I feel like back in even like the gangsters and stuff, man. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
they all looked classy. They had suits, nice
well,
cars.
because
they had,
those
clean.
guys, when they came here, it wasn't an option for them. I mean, that was their only option.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't do it. They became powerful by abiding by rules that came over from Italy and the way they did it. And they were also not allowed to work with like, you know, regular white people.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
they did the same shit because they didn't speak English. You know, there was a saying in Italy where they heard in America the streets were paved of gold. When they got to America, they found out they weren't paved of gold. They weren't paved at all.
Yeah.
And they had to fucking pave them.
Oh, shit.
Right. But I mean, we always took pride in that, though.
Yeah.
We took pride in the concrete and the construct. You know, but
Like
it
what
did.
we were talking about in the beginning of this.
It got a little. You know. So the next generation that saw all the respect that my grandfather's generation got, my dad's generation, they started choosing that lifestyle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the older guys, when they came here, they just abided by the rules of the neighborhood and they, you know, acted just like any immigrant group, especially that don't speak the language. They're just comfortable amongst each other, and it just branched out like in the 50s and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad's generation was like, that's when they got into the drugs and they just the big cars and they were gravitated towards the power and the money of it aspect of it. And then my generation, forget it. Those guys just didn't give a shit. You know, they didn't give a fuck. They could care less.
Yeah.
But when you see that like if you called my grandfather a pimp, he's gonna cut you. There's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
Right? You call somebody a pimp today, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a slang now.
If you called anybody a thief or a philanderer or any of that, they had just so much pride in their work and their appearance and their the way they fathered a family and they carry, you know what I
the
mean?
way they carry themselves. Yeah.
Even if they had side bitches, it didn't matter. They still kept that up. That they didn't take pride in
those words actually meant something back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. They were very serious men, man. Those guys did not fuck around. My grandfather's generation did not fuck around like, this much. I mean, I'm fucking my 40s and we're talking action figures and toys. Right? My grandfather fucking had murdered like 8 people already. You know what I mean? I'm playing fucking Spider-Man on the PS4. He's out there fucking laying down I'm trying to get somebody to help me with my fucking tile. He'd already built 10 houses by himself. It's an embarrassment. Yeah, fucking carrying the goddamn concrete.
It's like, you see these hands?
Dude, those guys were strong too.
Oh, I bet.
Dude, those old school guys were strong as fuck.
I bet, man.
It was a different time, man. The people were not built like that anymore.
No.
Well, we're just comfortable.
Yeah.
And you're seeing you're seeing the paradox of technology and making life easier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, you have women on Instagram right now just doing boot dances when in the 1800s they could shoot straight.
Yeah.
And we're fucking shooting off, attacks from marauders and from their prairie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They had to survive back then.
Right. So, evolution sometimes brings this.
Yeah.
But this is a new place that I don't know if we have never been this fed before in the history of the country.
No, that's exactly it.
We haven't been this fed before.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to play out.
I think we're fucked.
I mean, look, evolution is going to keep going. Something is going to come out of this. Like even the COVID thing.
Oh yeah.
Something always comes out of it. It's just how things evolve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's physical or
good
societal.
or bad.
Yeah. But something's got to come out of it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But we have not been this spoiled ever. We haven't had a world war. We haven't had a major plague. I mean, come on, man. The flu, this isn't fucking nothing compared to what those motherfuckers had to go back through, the Black Death and all that other shit.
Yeah, the Spanish, the influenza.
Yeah, like all
Black Plague.
Yeah.
And they fucking survived that
my
shit.
My grandfather, when they came here, were just, a lot of those guys were like 12. And, he was driving trucks. Mm-hmm. They smoked cigars at like 14, had families. That's the other thing that's askew now too. Like you see a young girl who's like 18 or 19 and, she's pregnant, or a girl in high school. My grandfather's, my great grandmother had her first kid at 13.
Jesus.
Wow.
Fuck.
Holy
and then
crap.
she had like 4 kids by the time she was 17.
Holy crap.
You know what I mean? That's people, but they didn't live to like fucking 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now you got people in their hundreds that are still jogging.
Yeah.
Not only that, but back then when they had kids, especially like to help, provide.
Yeah, to work on a farm and shit.
The more kids you had, it was like I think my dad said his grandpa, there was like 17 of them or something like that.
To help work on the
They
ranch.
lived in a one
Free
bedroom
labor.
house. They came over here on a fucking wagon train from Colorado, from Kansas to Colorado. It took them like 27 days on a wagon. It's like a 3-hour drive.
Dude, I know, that's the other thing when you're like, and Louis C.K. kind of touched on this, but there was a book called The Progress Paradox, I think it's called. I read it years ago. And I'm pretty sure that's where he was basing that on when he was on the talk show, when he was talking about it, because it talked about that. Like, I'm on a plane flying from Miami to Vegas, and I'm looking, and it's like almost 4 hours, when that's like 3 months of worth of fucking a trip just to go see your family.
Yeah.
That's gotta suck.
Yeah.
We can ride right now. We're sitting in traffic when they had to literally plan a day to go into town to buy supplies.
To get supplies, yeah.
That sucked. That must have sucked so bad.
Yeah.
We were talking about that because we just went down to Utah. We were camping, and like we were driving back, and I'm just driving. It's just fucking nothing, and I'm just like, dude, could you imagine like taking this shit on horse back in the day, like the 1800s, like when it's 120
Fucking
degrees,
hot as shit.
no shade.
And then you got native attacks, right?
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
that, and that's the other thing too. Everybody back then was just vicious.
Yeah.
Even you talk about how vicious the settlers were, the natives were defending their land.
Oh yeah.
These guys were kicked out of wherever the fuck they came from. It was just, and people were afraid of each other. They didn't know each other.
Yeah.
You learn, like I was reading a book about how the Irish saved civilization. And when the Romans, the first time anybody ever stepped foot on Ireland, it was just its little island. But they were greeted by these savages that were painted in blue and howling. And they must have been, they all thought they were demons. But they didn't realize that these guys were actually civilized and, you know what I mean? And then
just protecting their...
they were just using scare
tactics. What I just read. I just got done reading the Empire Summer Moon book. And it's about all the, like the Comanche Indians and stuff like that. And like, dude, it's like the same thing. Like those guys they were vicious, but when they were home, you know, that was just their day to day. That's what they had to do to keep themselves like, hey, don't fuck with me, you know, to keep the white people away.
But even before then, before any white person stepped foot on the continent, they were fighting each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, you know, the European tried to act like they were more civil because women and children, you know, and they would fight in that stupid. Yeah. All right, Paul, and they would just shoot at each other. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where'd you learn this from? Like, why are you kneeling and shooting at each other? Like, just duck.
Properly fucking shooting at each other.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? Didn't we learn from the Romans or the Greeks? I mean, I don't think that happened that way. But but when the settlers they learned how to fight from a lot of the natives that they were friends with, which is another reason why we were able to kick the shit out of them. Plus, they didn't give us their full force. The British were spread out all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm saying right now in this period of time, and every culture, by the way, every group has tried to colonize.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, from the Asians to the Persian Empire to, I mean, you go on and on.
Even
the Moors.
The Indians were trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, everybody was. Everybody was. And it's just, now we're here and we should all be all on the same page now. I mean, technology has allowed us to make it warm when we need it to be, cold when we need it to be, to store food, protect food, mass produce food. We're mass producing medicine. We have technology, and it just seems like people just are regressing even further. And
that's the thing is like I think that's what the master plan was with everything that's going on, and it's doing a 180 on everybody.
Yeah.
Well, there's a theory that you need adversity in order to have character, in order to survive, right? So it's just like you guys as musicians and me as a comedian. You need the open mics, and not just to sharpen your tool, but to also go through the creative process in a very rough way that, you know, to do those shit gigs and not know where your next meal is going to come and to struggle as an artist. It's not just about struggling. It's more about that like the pressure on the coal that makes the diamond. So what people have found is that people that come from adversity, they feel more fulfilled than, and if you don't have adversity, you're going to go seek it. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
So it's like, look, I'm going to, if nothing bad has ever happened to me, but I need to feel that somehow the body craves that. So I got to go after that.
Wow.
And they might put themselves in other people's problems to experience something, but it's not the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a theory I read. I don't know how true that is, but you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna
look into that one.
I guess I've never thought about it that way.
No, yeah, you don't really think about it like that.
No, the human experience craves that. It does. It craves it. It needs it.
That's cool.
That's like, because I was like when we got, I guess, when our band, we got signed and everything, we chased so hard for that. And then when it fell apart, we felt stronger coming out of it.
Yeah.
And plus, you guys were too young. There's no way you had been. How long have you been doing it before you got signed?
Oh, fucking 3 years.
That's my point. So you know that they're looking and going, hey, these kids have a unique sound, but I bet we can make them into something that can make us a lot of money in 3 years and just make these kids a punchline.
Yeah.
Which is what happens to a lot of boy bands.
That's literally what they tried doing to us, and we didn't have it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man. I mean, now we're switching gears, but as an artist, you can either make a lot of fucking money up front and then just be like, you know, a Milli Vanilli or you know they are, right? The lip syncers.
Yes.
Or you could be Zeppelin. You can have a body of work. Now, are you going to make as much money? No, but you're going to make fucking enough money.
Yeah.
But what's more important is the body of work, right?
Yeah.
So you could either cheat the system and get it all at once, but it's going to come back to you because you can't fake it. As a real artist, you can't fake it.
No, yeah.
As a musician, you can't fake it. You'll get found out sooner or later. A disgruntled writer, you know what I mean? It'll happen. And as comics that steal jokes, eventually you can't fake that either.
That was something that somebody had always told us, like when we played live, because when we play live, you know, we put on a show, and there was that one guy came up to us after a show, and he's like, you can teach somebody how to play an instrument. He's like, but you can't teach them how to play like that.
Dude, absolutely.
Like, you got to have the heart for it, you know?
She owns Fremont Country Club, and she owns Backstage Bar and Billiards. She's a sweetheart, and I guess she doesn't really talk to bands, but after we went off stage, she's like, hey, I want to talk to you guys. She's like, I've been doing this for my whole life. She's like, my husband built the fucking, what is it, the whiskey?
The whiskey, yeah.
The whiskey, right?
The Whiskey Go-Go in LA.
In LA, yeah.
She's like, he built it with his bare hands. She's like, I have, 3 bars out there. I got 2 here. She's like, I'm getting ready to build a hotel. She's like, and I've done this for 50 years. And we're like, okay. She's like, you could teach people how to play instruments. She's like, but you cannot teach heart. You can't fake heart.
It's true.
She's like, what you guys got is real. Do not lose it.
The other thing too, though, and you got to be careful of the other way. And the other way is the artist that thinks it's romantic to be a fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? There's that happy medium.
Yeah.
Where there are these, it's the same in the comedy world. There are these comics that like all the comics can't wait to see. But they're never going to get out of that rut because they're just going to self-destruct, and they think it's romantic. Right? The struggling artist. It is when you're in your 20s, but when you're 45, right?
Yeah.
So there is that fine cusp. And I can tell you the formula is very simple, but there's that fine cusp where you're not selling out, but you're still making money. You're still an artist, you're creating, but you're not a fucking degenerate.
Yeah.
And you could make it. And that is very simple, is having pride in your art.
Yeah.
And by that, and Tony Bennett said it best with the wasted talent, right? Or disrespecting your talent.
Okay.
A lot of artists, they get fucked up, right? And they can't perform. And he because he had a problem. He had a drug problem, Tony Bennett.
Okay.
But he said, now you're disrespecting your talent, right? There is the respect for your talent. And what that means is everything. What you say, how you carry yourself as a performer, not being a fucking jerk off, showing up for press, doing your time, treating the staff with respect. That's all part of pride. Does that make sense? That's how you become a good. But if you're doing it this way, it takes longer.
Yeah.
When you're doing it right, it takes way much longer than when you're doing it wrong.
Makes sense.
Makes sense for sure.
Look at Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses.
What do you mean? Isn't he good now or no? Or
I don't think so. I think he's still.
I think that's one of those deals. He was kind of a dickhead when it all came out. Like, I've read all the books on him, biographies and stuff like that. But like now,
Vince Neil too from Motley Crue. Same thing with that guy.
It seems like the same thing though. They blew up quick. They did their thing and then they died out.
Yeah.
I think the only reason they're still as big as they are is because back then you were capable of getting that big.
Yeah.
And listen, it is very heavy for a 20-something to get millions of dollars and all the pussy he can eat.
Yeah.
And all the drugs he could do and all the beer he could drink and and that's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, So I get that, but they still didn't compromise their art.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
They kind of, you get lost in
Guns
that.
N' Roses. I think Guns N' Roses only had like one album, if I can remember, right? That was like worth anything.
Well, they had like one album and like 2 songs on their second one,
and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much. On the second was November Rain.
Yeah.
Right, and then the fuck's that other one? I don't even remember.
But again, I mean,
that
look,
bad.
if you really care about what you're saying, that's the other thing. As comics, just say what you mean and mean what you say. But you're also gonna like write a joke at 28 that at 43 you're like, I wouldn't think that's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why did I do a joke? I did one about mental illness when I was in my 20s that I view it totally different now.
Okay.
Because I was making fun of people with depression, but I was mostly really making it about everybody who thinks they have depression.
Yeah.
But depression's real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. I suffer from it. I mean, bad. My family do. I have suicides in my family. But when I wrote it with a 20-something-year-old mind.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, like I just made it. No, I made it more of a generalization.
Okay.
When I should have been specific.
Okay.
But again, I'd only been doing comedy maybe 8 years.
Uh-huh.
23 years later, it's like I know how to present the idea more.
That makes sense.
So when you grow that way too, you have to allow yourself to grow as a person. Like you should not be the same, or you shouldn't be doing the same shit at 25 in your 40s as you are at 20. You should be growing just like you should as a person.
Yeah.
No, I fully agree with that.
That definitely makes sense.
There's a lot of shit that I did when I was 19 that I look back at now and I'm like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
Of course, man. And guess what? When you're in your 30s, I mean, you guys seem to have it together though. When I was neither of your age, I did not have it together. I was just started comedy at your age. And you forget it. I was your age. That was awful. I was running after hours and strip clubs and shit. I thought I was like fucking always going out with every dollar I own on me. Like
I made it kind of a thing to always drag him along with whatever the fuck I was doing. Except for music, he's always kind of drugged me through music.
Yeah.
He's my backbone in music.
What instruments do you play?
I play guitar and I scream.
I play the drums.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's been playing drums since he was 9.
Yeah, 9.
By the time he was 16, he had a full endorsement in his own custom drum kit.
Really?
Oh.
So he's a little prodigy. I started playing guitar when I was 14, and it took me 2 fucking years to learn how to play Smoke on the Water. So we're 2 different people for sure.
That's great.
But
that's cool though that
we
you
work
guys
good
are that
together.
tight, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we work good together, and I'd never leave little brother behind. So
no, that's me and my brothers are tight too.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I never understood that. That's got to be your Latin side.
Yeah, well, my mom lost her brother to suicide at a young age, and she made sure that no matter what, we were never gonna, So she lost her brother. My dad and his brother are like fucking rock'em sock'ems. They don't get along.
Right.
So she's like, you guys are not gonna end up that way.
Yeah.
She's like, this, that. You're always gonna look out for each other. You're always gonna look out for your brother, and then I don't know.
It's just you two?
Yeah,
just us.
2 boys. That's all they had. And then when our parents split up, we got really close.
Yeah.
So, but after that, man, we just kept on pushing, and we've always had the family support.
Yeah, for sure.
Ma slaps us whenever we're acting like idiots, straightening us out, and been in the bad relationship thing, and got a little carried away with drinking for a while, and so
good thing you guys you cut it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
As we're drinking.
I'm kidding.
That's
but not as heavy as we used to.
Everybody's like, I'm like, yeah, I quit drinking. They're like, you got a beer in your hand. I'm like, yeah, you should have seen what I used to do when I was 19.
Really, man? That's crazy. The first real time I got drunk, I was 18.
Okay.
But I've never smoked pot. I've never...
See, neither one of us never smoked pot, never smoked cigarettes.
Never done any drugs at all.
None.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Just this year, we started smoking cigars.
Yeah.
Really?
And it was because of our mom. She went to my stepdad's in the Air Force, so they were in Korea, and when she was out there, one of their buddies that they made out there was like, "Hey, have you ever had a cigar?" And she's like, "Oh, we don't do that." And he's like, "Well, you gotta have a cherry one. Just try it." So they had sat down and had a cherry cigar with him, and then she's messaging us. She's like, "Hey," she sent a picture. She's like, "I'm smoking a cigar," and like, dude, like both of our parents, they didn't do no drugs, they didn't smoke, they didn't do nothing. So when she sent us that picture, like we were like, "What the fuck is mom doing out there? She's gonna ruin her life."
Dude, listen, man. When I move out here, I'll take you guys. I know some good spots here.
Okay.
So a nice little scotch that you do. I like a Basil Hayden and a nice cigar. I could do that all day.
Nice.
Great. We found a cigar buddy.
That sounds nice.
We've been reaching out in this podcast forever to find some good cigar
because
buddies.
like he said, we're new in the cigar world, so we're definitely looking for like.
Dude, you'll like it, man. I'll introduce you to these older heads.
Nice.
You know what's funny too, man? Like I was saying earlier, like. If I was in my 20s and I would be like, God, I wouldn't even think I'd hang out with a guy my age, let alone one of my best friends is like 63.
Oh shit.
And just with guys, like you don't even think he's like, if you're staring at him, you'd be like, yeah, he's older. Not even because what he looks like, just the way guys are. So like our group of friends is, especially in the comedy world, like you're hanging out with like a 60-year-old legend at a house party in LA with a 24-year-old guy and another 40 and a 30-something. And we're all just drinking and shooting the shit. And it just doesn't.
That's cool.
Once you get to a certain point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It becomes the same dude.
Yeah.
Because like a girl if you meet a girl at 18 and at 21 and at 25 and at 30, it's fucking 4 different girls. A guy at like 21 to 50, 60. It's the same dude. Yeah. It's just, what I mean by that is he's making more money. He's not as hot, but it's still the same personality.
Yeah,
it's the same guy.
Same guy, yeah.
Same
yeah,
guys into the same. Like if you fart in front of an 8-year-old, it's just as funny as if you fart in front of an 88-year-old. You know, they're still gonna laugh. Nothing changes.
You still get that little chuckle.
Yeah,
it's pretty spot on, actually.
We're
always this fucking jerk. You know, you're always that age.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just how guys are.
Yeah,
we fully mature at like 19.
Or you watch sports together, and you know it just comes right out.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I got to check my score. Hold on.
That's one thing we never got into.
Yeah, actually, no, we didn't.
He's like, fuck you guys. I'm not gonna take you to a cigar bar.
Fuck you. You guys are getting cigars.
You guys can go fuck yourselves.
I'll take you on a Tuesday when nothing's on. Fuck.
No, we grew up in the country. Like I said, I grew up in the city till I was about 9, and then my parents, 10. Then my parents moved us out to the country. And I say country, I mean country. Like we had 4 days of school. Friday was a farm day. And we couldn't figure out why there was only one rail at our local bar. And then the guy at the bar is like, that's a hitching post. So they still rode their horses to the bar.
That's where I grew up. I grew up in the middle of nowhere pretty much.
Jesus. So he was, 4?
3.
No wonder you're listening to that white trash music. You think it's Poison. That band was still relevant when you guys in your town.
Exactly. So like that was the new shit, man. No, so like we did that. We moved out there and then so when we moved out there, that's when like I was in the city, then we became country kids. You know, so I think that's why we are stuck as far back, because we didn't have fucking internet even if we wanted internet.
No.
You know, we had HughesNet and dial-up was faster if you could get dial-up in the city.
Really?
And this is when internet was going good in the city.
You'd be lucky if you could get a YouTube video to load in an hour.
It took me 3 days to set up my MySpace. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, Jesus.
So when we moved out there, I fucking totally lost where I was going with this. What was I talking about?
Us moving to Elizabeth.
Yeah, so when we moved out there, that's when we motocross.
Oh,
so we moved out there for motocross.
Wow, you guys really
sports,
are fucking...
Sports. This is where I was. Okay, sorry.
Sports, yeah.
Sports, I started laughing about.
So I
started thinking about internet and got confused. So we moved out there. I rode motocross. So my dad rode motocross all through his teenage years. And then he's like, these kids are always going to ride. I started riding at a young age, and then hockey was like my life until I was in the country.
Okay, so you played sports.
I liked hockey, you know, and I liked.
Because he was in the city, so he was able to.
For real, you guys are basically fucking Canadians.
Just not Canadian.
You listen to Poison. You didn't have internet. You fucking live in you like hockey.
We moved out there, and the only reason I was a good goalie because I couldn't skate worth the shit. So I just always fell on the puck whenever it came at me, you know. And then I was like, motocross started taking over. They're like, hey, let's go get some. We were going out to the country all the time to ride dirt bikes. So my parents were finally like, hey, let's just fucking move out to the country. And then we moved out there, and then motocross.
You miss it?
The country?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
But this
I miss
kind
the
of
land.
a good mix here.
Right here where we are.
Somewhere and
yeah.
Shit, right?
Yeah.
I hate Colorado. I think Colorado's worse than fucking California now. So
yeah, that's what I was.
The people, the crime, all that stuff. It's just bad down there now. And
it is,
where we did
traffic.
We were an hour outside of Denver, so we were in a little small town. But our little small towns, when we moved out there, like there was a Sonic, a Safeway. It was called the fuck was that?
The gas station.
Yeah, we had a Dad's gas station, and the Taco Bell only lasted about 2 months and shut down. And then that was pretty much it.
You know what? You in those smaller towns though, and I know from traveling on the road, there's a lot more fucked up people.
Oh yeah,
and just because there's nothing to do, and they get more into drugs.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that was the hardest thing. So when we grew up out there, motocross, I rode freestyle motocross for almost 7 years, and I was getting really good at that. And then when I was 14, that's when Mom was like, "Hey, you know, we're gonna cut you off. You got anything you want now that's not like a part of living, you got to pay for." Mm-hmm. So next day, I told my dad, "I'm like, take me to work. I need to get a job." So I went to work, started working, and I bought my first guitar with my first paycheck. And then that's when motocross started dwindling for me once I learned how to play guitar. So at that point in time, I didn't really want the country life anymore because I was like, I'm in a fucking band. I'm cool. I wore makeup, had big hair.
Dude,
you know.
Did you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was bad.
Why were you wearing makeup, man?
Dude, why were you wearing makeup, man?
My first concert was Poison and Cinderella. Do you remember
That's
this?
What did it.
Right.
That's what did him in.
My bad.
So we did all that, and then you know, it was motocross one ad. Once we got signed, they're like, you got to sell your dirt bikes, you got to sell your ramps. If you get hurt,
the
label's like, you know, they wanted us on the road 230 days our first year, and they were guaranteeing us like $1,000 a month. ain't shit.
Yeah.
Fucking. Who the fuck you sign with?
I don't want to talk
P.T.
about
Barnum?
it. We actually,
what year did you sign in? 1782?
we didn't even find.
Don't say anything. Don't say it. You don't have to.
No, yeah, we don't really talk about a whole lot of the shit. You know, I'm not much of a shit talker or anything, but
Don't. It's better off.
We didn't find out it was a Christian label till we got there. Yeah, we're definitely not Christian. No, I'm just kidding. They told us that they were coming out of that industry. And then we got there, they wanted us to get rid of our Fluff My Boner stickers.
We had Fluff My Boner stickers for our band.
What was the name of the band?
Chasing Addiction.
Okay.
So that was the name.
We're still together. We're still around. We're here in Vegas now. So
do you have a residency anywhere? Do you play normally?
No, we just play. We do. Well, now we broke up for 2 years. Started another band. Fucking hated it. Brought our old singer back out here. That fell apart quick. And then we just found a new vocalist. So we're gonna start it one more time and see if this time it works. Then great. If not, then we're just gonna fucking become a cover band. And
play on the strip.
Money.
Play at the pool.
Yeah.
Play a pool party.
Fucking cover bands make so much money out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Holland. You could be the Hall & Oates cover band. You got both. There's two of you. Who else could it be?
Oh man,
they're like, we need a band.
Why is Hall & Oates wearing makeup?
Hey, don't wear makeup anymore, right?
They're like, we need a band. Brad's like, I know some guys.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna put you on the road for 400 days.
But yeah, so basically when we were
give you 800 a month.
800 a month.
We were in a small town, so we became the celebrities real quick once our band got signed. And it was like we couldn't even go to Sonic without fucking getting bombarded.
Really?
Pictures and autographs and all that stuff.
They thought that we were Vince Neil.
Well, you need to do me a favor. You guys need to get together. You need to put some albums. I need to hang out with guys with groupies because the comedy groupies are not that great. Musical groupies are phenomenal.
You ended up with one of them. No. Hold on, don't want to talk about that part of my life.
We'll skip that one too.
Just found out she was stalking you today.
Yeah.
Still. Is that 4 years?
So you guys really grew up. You grew up where always there was social media, pretty much.
I didn't so much. You basically. As soon as you
when you started your career, right?
Yeah.
Social media was
MySpace was just starting.
Yeah, because that was when I did this tour, and we were sponsored by not sponsored, but we partnered with MySpace or they endorsed it, and we had to blog on each city because we did 30 cities in a row, and I had like all these followers from that, and then that thing went away, you know, and then Facebook came. And then Vine, and that went away. And then you didn't know what the hell was staying or not.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing.
You know, but that was a very hard adjustment to make from just not worrying about that shit to having to where, like, you know, now I have to take pictures. I got to fucking post. I got to make videos. I got to do all that shit, you know. Like, I had to teach myself how to do that shit. But you guys have always known that pretty much then, huh?
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, yeah.
I have him pretty much I have him run everything because he's a lot better with it. Like posting pictures, how to get followers, how
wording,
to do this, how to word.
He'll post something. He's like, "Hey, fucking check this out."
Yeah. Hashtag.
Like he's like, "Dude, can you make that look like it's actually like important?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I got you."
I post something. It's like a picture of the table, and it's like hashtag smell my balls. I'm like, that's a fucking funny hashtag, right? He's like, dude, that's not going to get us anywhere.
It's not going to get your algorithm going.
So I suck at the whole the social media thing still, but he keeps us afloat in most of that. I just do all the editing stuff and things like that.
Well, that's cool, man.
So we found out our niche, I guess. Yeah. But that's got to be. I see what you're talking about because I was just telling him the other day. I remember like as a kid when mom and dad would like rent like or the Def Comedy Jam and stuff like that would come on. Like it was a big thing. They had parties for it.
Yeah.
You know, or like it was, any Showtime or HBO stuff.
You actually had a clear route. So you would say, okay, if we were at the Comedy Store or something, and then there would be somebody in there and say, listen, like I got signed, there was a manager in the audience and I didn't have a manager. So then she took me to have general meetings, and then those general meetings set up, with agencies, and you get an agency, and then they're like, okay, we're going to set you up with generals for the networks. And then, all right, we have this show that's about to shoot and this on HBO and this, and everything was just, and it was there was such a clearer path. But this today is the best time to ever be an artist because there's no gatekeeper anymore. So if you went through that little system, okay, and let's say you got past step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, but then you're stuck at 5 when there's 8, you want to get to 8, you could get stuck there and then fall back down. And then they're like, well, we've already did that. Let's go here. And it was more, you pretty much had to sell your soul, not your soul, but you have to sell a good percentage of it.
Okay.
Right. To even get in anywhere. Now they're not even relevant anymore. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Like when they're like back in the day, you had that powerful music manager or that powerful, guy that could get and package you in a movie, and he knew this director. And now nobody even there's very few movie stars anymore, really. Music wise, I mean, and the ones that are like my age, like DiCaprio, The Rock, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
But other than that, you don't have that. Tom Cruise is going to open a movie and do $800 million in a weekend or whatever the fuck that was. I'm exaggerating, but
no, I get you saying.
So, but I think now in my 20-something years of being in the industry, this is the best time to be an artist. You can self-produce. You can distribute it yourself. You can get your followers. Did you ever read that book called The 1,000 True Fans?
Oh, yes. I'll put that on my phone right now.
Yeah. Read it. It's about I read it years ago, but it's about a music group. I think the book came out in 2009. Look it up. Is it called 1,000 True Fans?
Look that up, Holden.
Yeah, pull that up on the thing. It's a book. So basically the gist of it was there was an independent band. I think they were out of Virginia, if I can recall. And they said, okay, we have 1,000 true fans. If we can get $100 from them. Yeah, there it is. It's an essay. Yeah, it's not that hard. Well, wait, no, that's
not it.
Somebody wrote an essay on the theory of 1,000 true fans. 1,000 True Fans.
Would it be?
It's a book. Oh, the second book. Yeah, put book. It was an easy read too. I guess it all came up. Yeah, Kevin's. This might be it. That's it.
Kevin Kelly's.
Yeah, that's it right there. So read that. It's very good for artists, and it's even easier now. So they basically said if they had 1,000 fans, the true fans.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Okay. And they could get. I think it might have a different cover. No, that's not it.
No,
that says Dan Austin. Is that it, Brett? Go down. Overview. Go down.
No overview. No synopsis available.
I don't know.
It says 2011, August 2011.
Is this an older book?
That might be the other one. I think you're close. It's
somewhere around here.
Something popped up.
Go back, Holden.
So basically, it's very simple. They said that if they had these 1,000 fans, if they could get $100 from them a year, I think that's it right there. No. You had it there with the light bulb.
The light bulb?
There it is.
No, wait. Go back. Go back.
He's like, you're fired.
There, 1,000 True Fans
right
by
there,
no.
Far right.
No. Right there, under there. 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. Good reads.
This one?
No, down.
Oh shit.
God
Son
damn
of a
it,
bitch.
Holden. Fucking learn how to use the internet.
Right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. See? Computers, man. I told you.
Okay, Kevin Kelly.
All right, I think this is it.
Might be on the right path here.
Yeah, I think this is it.
There's no fucking synopsis again.
Oh, fuck out of here.
This is 2008, so
I think that's it, because that's when I read
you
it.
said 2009, so yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely it.
Does that look more like the cover, or is it the light bulb?
An updated post about it. Kevin Kelly's a senior marketing at Wired. All right, that's
For an entrepreneur.
Any entrepreneur, artisan, or content creator?
It's a must read. All right, that's it though. I think that's got to be it. You know they changed the fucking covers.
I don't know why they do that.
Anyway, so
I think it's the hardcover, paperback versions, all that shit.
So this should be it, right?
The concept was to get 100 from their fans, whether it's in merchandise, ticket sales, so they can make $100,000, and then that was that became the model, and they made way more than that as a band.
Okay.
So that's why I self-released my special for free, and when I did that, I set up a donation thing saying, hey, if you want it, you don't have to. They didn't have to do anything; you just hit play.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they want to own it, they could buy it for $5. If they bought a T-shirt for $20, they get it, the download for free.
Okay.
But I really wanted the emails because before I got into the comedy business, I was in the nightclub business. So, we used to say, if I don't get you at the door, I'm going to get you at the bar.
Uh-huh.
If I'm going out with $100 and I lift your cover and I get you in, you're going to take that $20 and still buy drinks with it.
That's pretty much how Vegas is, yeah.
I mean, that's the concept of
all the strip clubs.
But you still have to have you still have to have a value at the door. You can't just let anybody in, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, so my average donation was $20.
Okay.
And I have over right now 2.6 million views.
Wow.
But I don't have 20 times 2.6. But I put my own money in. I made my money back.
Okay.
You know, and it was then I put it on YouTube, monetized it. I could have never ever in a million fucking years done this 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way that if 15 years ago, if I produced my own special and everybody went, no, sorry, no, sorry, no. So you don't need permission to exist in the business, in anything that you do, right? You create it. You have to figure out. And the internet this is the greatest time to be an artist, man.
So you're special. You push in everything yourself.
Everything.
100%.
I wrote it. If you go to if it's principal's office, I even designed the set, the music,
shit.
everything. So, and then what I did was I have all my friends that are, have big podcasts, and I just went on that. And I went on Burr's podcast and, Joe Diaz, Bert Kreischer. And I just went around and I just talked about
Uncle Joey.
Uncle Joey's the best.
Yeah.
And they helped push it. And I had my Chris D'Elia tweeted it. Callan did. I mean, all those guys, from those big Theo, all of them.
Yeah.
And then, people just started following it.
That's
and then
badass.
it just took off in the algorithm. And then,
So a lot of this came from reading that book.
That book, being in the nightclub business, and the other thing that really moved me is there's this place in LA where people go hiking up this hill, and I saw a honor system where you could get water, trail nuts, whatever. So this person had put this box out there with all this water, and it just said a donation. Just take it, make sure you put it in there. Yeah. So I saw them restocking it. Being the type of kid I was, I'm like, fuck, man, this guy's got to be getting robbed, right? And he said, yeah, sometimes, but he said that, people usually throw $5 in, and they'll take a bottle of water, which is 50 cents, and like a candy bar. So he was always ahead, and it was almost on the honor system. And I think if you try and tell people to do something, they won't. But if you don't force it on them, and they're fans of like music or comedy or of the arts, they're definitely going to want to help you,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an appreciation. I really wanted the emails.
Yeah.
That's what I really wanted. So, and then, then there's things that didn't work the way I thought I would. Like I have a video that had 8 million views, but I didn't get 8 million subscribers. I got like maybe 5,000 out of that, to get people to try and that call to action button, and then I have my t-shirts advertised. Nobody bought that. People just like and they move on. So, it's a little cat and mouse game that you play, but I think like I said, I could have done none of this. And my buddy Andrew Schultz did what I did with putting his special out, but he did it even better. He cut it up in like 10 different segments.
Oh, okay.
So now, like if I'm getting paid on that, I only get paid on that 1 hour special for 2.6 million views on my YouTube. If I cut that up in 10 sections, I would have made that money times 10 every month.
Oh shit.
Wow.
So, again, this is shit that we could never have done if 15 years ago, if I rolled the dice to fucking produce my own special and they told me no, I'd have to find a way to get it to people.
Yeah.
But this is the easiest and best way to distribute.
Wow. That's really cool, man.
This guy's changing my fucking life over here, people.
No shit, dude.
I mean,
Holy
listen,
fuck.
man, if you got a talent, like I said, if you got it, nurture it, treat it with respect.
Yeah.
Sharpen that tool, think outside the box, and just keep pushing forward, man. I mean, if like I said, I've been doing this for 20 something years. A lot of my friends didn't pop until like they were almost 50. Sebastian, Bill Burr was late 40s, mid to late 40s. Sebastian's mid to late 40s. Leslie Jones was mid to late 40s. It's not. When you're creating art, there's no rush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, it depends. It depends. Like if, how you want to present it.
Yeah.
That's kind of something I've done like as I've gotten. When I was younger, was pretty egotistic about it. I was like, your time I'm 20. If I don't make it, I'm quitting.
Well, because you're a kid, of course.
And then I hit 20 and I'm like, give this some 25.
It's
like
when you're shooting baskets for your socks.
And then I'm like,
now 2 out of 3.
I'm like, all right, I hit 25. I told my wife, I said, look, you know what? I'm just going to fucking play music for the rest of my life. And if I make it, I make it. But if not, I'm still gonna love what I do.
Well, it goes on you, like you were saying, like how you're like the bit you have about of depression and everything, and how it changed now.
Yeah, it changes.
Changes when you get older. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it should.
You learn to appreciate it more as you get older.
Well, it's a process, and your art is going to reflect where you are in life, depending on what you're singing about or what you're doing. You know, I mean, when I'm in my 20s, all my jokes were about going clubbing and, you know, remember when we were kids, which was to me was what 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When I'm 28, you know, or 18, I'm talking about, you know, then when you start buying stuff and having kids, or, you know, buying homes and getting married, getting divorced, life comes in again, and then you start to feel it more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, you're able to express yourself in a better way, and, you know, and like I said, art grows. I mean, when you look at everybody from Michelangelo to even Carlin, I mean, take Richard Pryor. When Richard Pryor first started stand up, he was doing his version of Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Went to San Francisco, got all twisted up, came back, and that became what we know as Pryor. And then what made Pryor even more brilliant is after he set himself on fire from smoking crack and doing all that crazy shit, he's doing specials talking about it. And now he was able to grow again because he was growing with, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, especially every young man, every young person is overzealous. You gotta be.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're like, if I want this by this and this. That's just being young.
Yeah. That's what I always say too. Like, people like, me and him will say her sometimes. I'm like, he's like, dude, you got any good songs? I'm like, dude, I can't fucking write anymore. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, we're not pissed off. We're not mad at the girl that fucking is pissing us off for that day anymore. When we were younger, that's all we wrote about.
Yeah.
Is that what inspires you? Is when you're angry at something?
It used to.
I feel like
Does me. I'm not. I'm fucking. I yell and scream, and then I start cursing, and then I just bring it down.
For the band aspect. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was easier to write about shit we were fucking angry about and pissed off about. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it's a metal band. We're a rock band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what drove the aggression in the music. You know what I mean? And now, like, we don't really have anything to be pissed off about.
But definitely. I tell my wife that all the time. She's like, you know, I'll start writing a song, and I'm like, this song just sounds gay. I think I'm supposed to say that, but song. You can't
what's
say
funny
that
is, like, in acting class, right? Women can cry on cue, and men play angry awesome.
Yeah.
But they say play frustrated. But it's not a good, like, if you're a rock band, this next song really frustrates us.
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah,
we're really frustrated.
Well,
it's like anger is just, you know, it's what hits.
Exactly.
You know? And I mean, look, man, that's my favorite emotion.
Yeah.
What's really fucked up about, like, our first EP that we came out with, I wrote all the lyrics, and it was actually about so I ended up falling in love. I had a girlfriend at the time. I ended up falling in love with my lead singer's little sister. So I wrote all the music, but all the songs I was writing,
She was of age,
were about his sister. So he's singing these songs, but he's relating to them because he's pissed off at some girl that he's been chasing for 5 years. You know, and this didn't come out until like 5 years later. But I was like, dude, you know all those songs you were singing? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, you fucking piece of shit.
Did you ever get together with the sister?
I married her.
That's who he's married to.
All right. That's great.
Yeah,
well,
fucking
now you
married
made it right.
Yeah.
But he's singing about his little sister. He had no idea.
Well, it was basically about being stuck in a shit fucking relationship, and basically, you know, drinking booze as your poison to get you, you know, just to get your mind to mellow.
But how old are you?
19, 20.
Yeah. Like,
so
like to you think like, I get life.
So that's the way, like,
I get life.
So like now that I'm older, I look back at those songs and like I just laugh. I saw my wife, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
But listen, no, man, that emotion, what makes songs like that great now is it was written with an innocence and a pure, because once you go through that 10 times, you don't have that same oomph behind it as you did when you first experienced it. It's like the first time you experience real love. Okay, even though you're a kid when you do it, but it's exciting. It's almost like if you can articulate today. I'm making an analogy here. Like if I was able to create what it was like to experience Christmas at 6, as opposed to being 40. Right?
Yeah.
But if you can capture that moment, that magic at 6 when you really believe in Santa and shit, you know, you wake up and there's presents there and you think it's real and that feeling. Imagine if you could document that and it's there forever. And now you get to listen to it when you're 40 going.
Don't worry, guys. This podcast is 18 and up, so your kids ain't going to hear nothing.
Well, I'm pretty sure they would have tuned them out before.
I'm just kidding. No, but no, I fully agree. That's you put that into perspective
that's
very
a cool
well.
that's a cool thing to have.
Yeah.
You know, like when I go back and look at some of the stuff, even though I don't regret anything I ever said, I just moved on from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's still that time capsule of me at that age, which.
And that's who you were then. Like that's who you were in that moment.
But see, as artists, what makes it great, I don't want to sound corny, but your average Joe doesn't really have anything to reference back to what they were thinking about when it happened and how it happened, and they didn't put it down. Like there's nothing at me at 19 years old about me writing about it, jokes at 19. Mine shit doesn't start till I'm 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to have that would be fucking great. If you
had that now.
But as an artist, you have that little time capsule. Like when we did the Vince Vaughn tour, we did that documentary. I'm always 31 in that documentary.
Oh, really?
For the rest of my life. So when that thing comes on HBO and when all that shit comes on, and it's just me on the road with my best friends forever. It's a turn, and they put it in one of the television and museums. So that the Vince Vaughn documentary is put in there. It's capsuled.
Yeah. So
my grandkids
can watch that.
Can go back and say, "Wow, Dad, my grandpa really was a fucking jerk off." This guy, he wasn't joking. I mean, Jesus.
That grandpa was full of shit.
Yeah.
No, this doesn't sound corny at all, honestly.
No, but that's better than making money at that age. All of that is better. I mean, look, you have a family. I think you know what I mean. I mean, earning is important, but all of that is way better. That trumps everything, man. Like I always say, at the end of the day, you don't really own this home, right? I don't own what I just bought. I'm just taking up space until I die or I sell it.
Yeah.
But it's not yours. You don't take anything with you, just your experiences. That when you close your eyes, you take that last breath, you're not thinking about your car or any of that shit. You're thinking about ice cream, the beach, that time on the road, that time you wrote that song about your friend's little sister, all that shit. That's all you're going to think about, and that's all you take with you when if you believe in that.
That's spot on, because that's what like my mom always like told me, like when I was like, got a job and everything, I was making money and everything. I was like, oh, I don't want to spend my money on that. I don't want to lose my money. And everybody, him, my family's like, you can't take it with you. Enjoy it. Like,
yeah. I mean, look, you don't want to be a dick and be cheesy about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's I'm one of those people where, eventually it's all going away.
Yeah.
Do you ever read Stoicism? You know what that is? Yeah, you should look into that as well.
What is it?
It's a philosophy, but it actually gears more towards a male mentality. But the two main principles are, one, the most important one is that you realize you're going to die, but really realize it, like understand it, fully understand it.
Yeah.
Like we all know we're not going to be, but know that 100 years from now, none of this is going to fucking matter.
Yeah.
Right? So Marcus Aurelius would always have people, he'd come back from big victories but he always had somebody go, you're going to die one day. So take this in, but don't act like, it's even in any of your hardships, which is the second one, is whatever bad happens to you, you love it. Love it with the same respect of what happens good to you. And not just because, it just builds it's part of your story. It's part of your makeup. It's like before your balls drop, you have that little baby dick that baby dick is still your dick. You know what I mean? You don't have it now, but it was there.
Yeah.
It was all part of you. Everything, all of it. It's all part of your growth, from puberty to heartbreak to people you love dying to successes that you fail at and things that you fail at and the successes that you have. It's all part of that beautiful fucking roller coaster. So love it all. Love it all the same, and know you're going to fucking die. And when you understand that concept, nothing can really, even when it's bad, even when you think it's the worst, you'll be gone one day. As long as you didn't, I mean, then I add my own twist to it. As long as I'm not hurting anybody else.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fucking everybody over that you come across.
God forbid you hurt somebody and then you got to go to jail for 20 years, and that's got to be awful. I don't mean that. I mean, you're living your best life, and you're
that one you might not be proud about.
Right. But I'm saying, but you're living your best life, and you're a part of solutions, and you're trying to help other people and stuff like that.
What's that called again?
Stoicism.
Stoicism.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's like especially coming up. I don't know if like the comedy. I'm sure the comedy scene's the same, but it's a dirty fucking industry. There's a lot of people that'll use music.
Well, music is more worse than stand up.
Okay.
Because in stand up, we really control everything. I mean, you used to have those shitty nightclub owners back, but everybody's it's nowhere near as bad as music.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just saying that for you guys. You guys are notorious. The only thing worse than that are people that make porn movies.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, cause like in like the music industry, like, it's always one of those, like nobody gives a fuck who you are. Then you do something, then everybody's like, hey man, get me on your show. Hey man, do this. Hey man, do that.
Well, no, that happens, but that's just human nature.
Yeah. And then as soon as they get a little bit of success off of it, you're like, hey man, I'm on a dry spell right now. You want to get me on your show? And they're just like, look the other way.
Yeah, of course.
So that's kind of like that's one of those things that I wouldn't be able to take to the grave with me.
But if you understand that nature,
yeah,
then you know what it is. Mm-hmm. If you know the beast, if you know what you're dealing with,
once you understand it,
then just use it for what it is. And you don't have to be that way, but you surround yourself with people that think the way you do. But that happens a lot. That's happened to me. I'd say there's been 3 times in my life, in my career, where I was up here, and I was never down here. I was never as low as when I first started, but there was fucking twice where I was almost there.
Yeah.
And there are people that just, they disappear. I mean, when I had my divorce, there's maybe 3 or 4 comics that I've known that called me just to check up on me. Mm-hmm. And then there's some I didn't even because they become self-centered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
too good for that.
It's
That's
if
shitty.
I choose I can still be friends with them and not expect anything from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just put yourself in a position where you don't need to ask for favors.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was going to ask you, so like, what was like your reasoning for getting into comedy though? What was just something?
I don't know, man. It's just something I was always in trouble, man, like a lot of trouble. But, I played sports my whole life, and I went to some pretty shady schools, so I was always making people laugh, like in the back of the bus. I forgot what comic said that. I want to say maybe Tony Woods, that used the term back of the bus funny. Okay. And if it's not Tony, I apologize to the comic who it is. I'm almost positive it was him. But there's a term that, there was those comics that are like, that were always like, writing jokes. And then there were those guys that were just always in trouble, but making all the bad kids laugh. Mm-hmm. And I was always that guy.
Okay.
So, even in football, in the locker room, I was always cracking up on bus trips, on whatever it was. Back in detention, I was always in detention, always trying to crack jokes. And then it's just something I just was always able to do. And I never really knew you could do it. And then I saw Delirious as a kid, and I'm like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. And then I saw Dice as a kid, and then I'm like, this guy is fucking great, and Kinnison. And then I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then, and then I would watch comedies, and I'm like, it was something I was attracted, I was drawn to.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's good. It's kind of like me with music and you with music.
Yeah.
So that's like you're just naturally drawn to, and you
can't explain it.
Yeah.
But when you get into it, you don't know how it works. Mm-hmm. So you figure it out. It was really weird. There was this Puerto Rican kid, used to cut my hair up in New York back in the day. And he was always fading me up, and we would always, chop it up a little bit. And he used to say to me, man, you should do comedy, bro. And I was like, I always thought about it. And then I had another friend of mine that, we were hanging out, and he's like, yo, you need to go, you should do this. Like, it was always everybody always told me that, because I was always telling stories. People that knew me could see me doing this. People that didn't know me thought I was like a punk.
Yeah.
Long story boring. I come down from New York. I'm in Miami. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. And this is obviously before emails. So I get a letter in the mail. Now, I had walked past an open mic, and I had saw it, and I had asked somebody, how do you do it? And they're like, you just sign up. You come in, you do 3 minutes. And I was debating. I'm like, what would I talk about? And then I come home and my mom's like, you got this letter. And it was from the Bronx. And it was my boy Jose Cosme. And I opened it up and he says, yo, B, he goes, I was passing this comedy club and I saw it and I'm like, yo, I gotta. And he was always one of those dudes that, and guys don't admit it, okay?
Yeah.
But there's a couple of guys that you connect with on a different level where you start talking about God a lot. And
start getting deep with.
Yeah, like there's always that one dude. It's like 3 a.m. and you're up talking about like fucking, shit strippers talk about openly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like bonding in this thing. And me and him always had that. Like when he was cutting my hair, we would talk about like coincidences and shit, like like stuff that like strippers think. So, anyways, but then he sent that shit to me, man, and I was debating in my head what if I should go, and I got this letter in the mail, and that was what pushed me over, and I called up and I told my boy to roll with me, and I went down there and I did it.
Damn.
And I didn't stop, but it was that letter that pushed me over.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
And then I had a friend of mine that also he got killed, and he used to tell me to do that shit all the time, and then that was one of the reasons why I decided to go to LA.
Okay.
Because I didn't see him for a while because he went away. And then when he got out, I heard he got clipped. So, but he was always telling me, yo, you should do that. You should do that. And then, because I saw a mutual friend of ours. I said, yo, how's so-and-so? He said, I'm like, what? And he said, yeah. I said, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
And I said, yeah, man. And I said, dude, fuck, man. Like I wanted to tell him I was kind of getting into it.
Okay, I'm doing this finally,
And then that kind of moved me a little bit too, man. So it's just everything kind of
keep you going more.
Yeah.
And then like, that sounds pretty heavy, but like when you were like, was it rough? Like your first shows, were they bad?
No,
you just clicked.
It went the opposite for me.
That's good.
The minute I got up, I was like, I'm like this one, but then I ate a dick.
It's bombed
like,
pretty hard.
Oh, fucking. Like 6-7 months in, where I thought I was fucking I wasn't arrogant about it. It was the first time I did this club, and I pissed the people off, and they were booing me, and my buddy was filming it. And
shit!
And they're like, "Fuck you," and I'm going, "Fuck you," right? Like like I'm getting amped up, like I'm gonna fight 150 people. And I go to my friend. It's awesome. I go, "Turn the fucking camera off," and all you see is a no. and then a thumb. Like, this is the greatest shit I've ever seen. And we can't find it. It was on a VHS tape. He looks for it all the time. It's the funniest shit.
I'm guessing this is about the era where you still held the cameras?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Big ass fucking
for when he said no.
Not early 90s shit, man. When them old school motherfuckers.
When you said you saw the camera
you just
shake.
See the camera go no. and what's great is when you're watching it, like you can't hear them laugh, but when your shoulders go up and down?
Yeah.
And you see that motherfucker going up and down? And I'm like, dude, I thought you were my boy.
Oh, fuck, dude, that's vicious.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
What's vicious is I took the fucking Jags minus the points, and they're getting killed by the Dolphins right now.
Shit.
That's like the only reason. Hey, Holden.
What's up, bro?
Whiskey, man?
Yeah, I want some. I'll do some whiskey. You want some whiskey?
Yeah, let's do a little sip. Now I got to take you guys. Then we got to run. We got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Because I need to take you to my condo.
Oh, shit.
Right down the street. I need you to take a look. We're going to get started. I got to get you fucking. I'll write you a check
he's like,
right away.
Tonight we're fucking launching this shit.
Tonight, you guys were doing my bathroom hammered.
He's bringing the whiskey. That's all that matters. No. Dude, like one of the things like I've always wanted to get into sports for is just so I could bet.
Well, listen, man. Look.
I'll take that one.
I will definitely
teach you
guys how to smoke cigars, drink Basil Hayden, and lose money.
Sounds good.
I'm actually not bad, bro. I'm not bad at all.
Because you have another podcast that's all about betting, right?
Well, so we shoot a podcast out of the MGM. Mm-hmm. We do a sports show called the D Gentleman Show. We try to call it the Degenerate Gentleman, but they fucking...
We don't let that.
Yeah, they don't like that we use the term degenerate.
Degenerate, yeah.
So...
Especially this day and age, you can't say anything bad.
Well, I mean, you don't want to piss off the people that pay.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, but the one that I have now, and I'm a fucking diehard Dallas Cowboy fan.
Okay.
Diehard. So I do this podcast, and it's called the Jersey Boys.
Okay.
Because me, my brother, and this kid Dave Sturcio, you know, we all grew up in North Jersey, Cowboy fans. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's easy to be a Cowboy fan in Dallas. Tried going to the fucking Giant Stadium or the Vet in Philly and having grown men throw beer on you when you're 10. And you have no father. So you're like threatening them. Because I was very protective of my little brother, man.
Okay. That's
but,
the way.
You know, that's why he's a Cowboy fan. But, you know.
I saw the one.
I'm trying to fight all these fucking old-ass men.
I saw one of the.
Salute.
Yeah.
Chintan. God
Cheers.
bless.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Salute, kids.
Cheers to the mics.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah, finish this. We got to go to the apartment. To the condo. I'm dead serious.
But yeah, I saw one of the Jersey Boys one where you and your brother are in the same house.
Oh, when we were fighting. By the
That
way,
was like one of the funniest things.
father of two,
Yeah.
both middle aged, and we're doing wrestling moves. That's what I mean. Guys are always jerk offs.
Yep.
Guys are always jerk off.
My mother comes in. I mean, it's just.
I showed my mom that video. She's like, I would have been in with my fucking chancla already. And then your mom
With
comes
the
on.
shoes?
She's like, yep. His mom knows what's up.
That's.
But
funny.
yeah, no, man, I really appreciate. Let's get this wrapped up then. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
We're gonna go over and we're gonna go learn about cigars. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, everybody, is there anything you want to plug on the cast or
Just if you guys want to follow me, just go to Bret Comedy, BRET comedy.com. Bret with one T, comedy.com. And you can add all yourself. You can watch Principal's Office and check out Cobra Kai, man.
Yeah.
Season 3's in the can. It's done. It's edited. It's ready to go. So I
Really?
don't know when they're dropping it. But
I'm excited for that.
Nice.
I read somewhere online it was November, but I don't really know.
Oh
Are
shit.
you in season 3?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I am.
No, I know. I was just giving you shit.
Well, no. Well, it's a legit question.
He's like, no,
got
I
kicked-
will be there.
No, I got kicked out of season 2.
I know. That's why I didn't know.
But no, I'm in season
Okay,
3.
so they
Yeah,
bring
I'm back.
you come back.
He's like, I'm back.
But
And then-
there's a spoiler, and I shouldn't say it, but I end up killing everybody at the dealership. And then I blow my head off. That's the way we end season 3.
Holy shit. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's
All right.
going to be a good season.
You had one question, Holden. It was about Karate Kid himself.
Oh, yeah. Is he cool to work with? Like Ralph Macchio?
Absolutely. I'm not just saying that, man. And so's Billy Zabka, Johnny, man.
Uh-huh.
But you kids don't realize how surreal it is for me.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my era. That's everything, man. Like we all, and Ralph, what's cool about Ralph is like, he's worked with some of the biggest directors from Coppola because he was in The Outsiders. I don't know if you ever saw The Outsiders.
That's my favorite movie with him. So.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Patrick Swayze.
with Suarez. Everybody's in that
Suarez.
place.
Dude, that
Suarez, Cruz is in that motherfucker. What's the other kid? Come on, Rob Lowe.
Oh, Rob Lowe. Yeah.
Rob Lowe.
I said
yeah.
Suarez.
They had, like-
Matt Dillon.
It was Rob Lowe. It had like all the prettiest boys
C.
of that
Thomas
era.
Howell.
Every man that was worth anything to a woman is in that movie.
Are you kidding me? And Cherry Valance is in there too.
What was the other one? I just,
That's Cherry Valance is the redhead. The one that what's his name's trying to clip.
Oh yeah.
That's the mom in Superman. That's Superman's mom.
Is that
Oh,
really?
shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I'll
Damn.
fucking learn something new.
That's pretty
She's
badass.
fucking hot. I can't think of her name.
Fucking high. I can think of her name.
Dude, but then you had he worked with my cousin Vinny. Dude, he's just he's just there, bro. I mean, he's in it. I mean, he's a legit actor, and people you don't even think about that when you think about him.
Yeah.
Because he's Daniel LaRusso. But,
I was curious. Was there like a nostalgic thing for him filming that? Like,
yeah, I mean, but it's work. It's like it's just like anything, man. It's work.
yeah.
When the first day on the set, it was. And by the way, I hope that didn't sound like a backhanded compliment. What I meant is that Ralph's a very established actor. Like when you talk with him, and I bring this up all the time, I was just in awe of the people he's worked with, the amount of work he's done, what movies he's been in. I mean, dude, it's crazy. Even with doing the scene with Stevie Ray Vaughan in Crossroads.
Oh yeah. He was.
You know? And he was in a movie called Teachers, which you guys don't know. You're too young for that, but that was kind of a dark comedy. And then he did a comedy about like a Catholic school. His range is just sick. It really is, man. And then he's just like he's into wine. He's just a real gentleman. He's not like rough around like me. He's like I'm not trying to put myself down. I'm saying
Yeah.
like he's a very refined, just very serious, very into theater.
That's awesome.
You know, and I think he looks at acting the way I look at stand up.
Yeah.
It's just who we are. It's what we do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I've always wanted to act in a movie. I just don't know how to fucking do it. So,
hey man, I'll tell you this: acting is it is hard, but auditioning is the hardest thing.
okay.
Really?
Yeah, because there are people that can nail auditions all the time, but they can't. When you're on set and you got a great director and you know you're allowed to run with whatever you want to run with. I meant, or you know what you do is you do you do their take, then you do your take, and you know it's but when you got to audition, man, it is so uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable. It's just it's unnatural.
Yeah.
Right. You're going in. You have your paper. You slate. You have your executive producer there, or whatever. If you're testing, there's like 5 people just staring at you, and then you're reading with somebody who is not an actor,
Yeah.
and you have to give it to them, you know. And then they look at you, and then they're like, "Okay, can you do it this way?" Or they're just like, you know, "Thank you very much." And you walk in, and dude, there's sometimes where you'll go in for a part, they put a pin in you, which means that you know they're probably going to offer you the role,
Okay.
and you're excited about it. But what you don't know is they've already offered this role to somebody.
Oh, wow.
So they'll offer it to like a name, you know?
Yeah.
And that person's debating whether they want to do it. So if this person says no, you got the part. If they say yes, then they're like, you know, we'll think of you for something else.
Wow.
Oh,
And that
wow.
happens all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then it just becomes part of, you know, rejection just becomes part of it. It's
So I
just
also
part of
saw
what
you
it
in.
is.
You were in Weeds also, right?
Yeah, just 2 episodes.
Yeah.
End of season 2, beginning of season 3.
Yeah. I remember that episode. I was fucking dying.
That was like, I mean, I did CSI as well, and I had like a shit ton of pilots that never went, but Weeds was like the first time I was,
That's your breakthrough.
well, no, I would say I was working with, I think they had won Emmys already. So it was like a hit show. And
Yeah. The first show did.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm with like, the Mary, what's her name?
I don't remember her name.
The girl, the star of it.
Yeah.
Cause she, you know, she's been around, she's an extremely established actor. Romney Malco, the black dude, the dude, one of the most interesting people to talk to, one of the most talented guys I've ever been around. Romney Malco, and one of my dear friends is Jerry Ferrara, right?
Okay.
You know Turtle from Entourage. So Jerry, and Romney did those movies. How to Be a Man or whatever. They were.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking one time, and we both had walked away with the same impression with Romney. Yeah, when I tell you he's one of the most remarkable people to talk to, interesting, his story is amazing, his talent. It's like it's very rare when you meet somebody that you're around that you're like you know that this person is
Real.
something. There's something about him.
Something special.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
and it's not just like it's like a spiritual thing too. Like, you know, he's
Yeah.
just one of those guys that you're like, God, this dude's fucking great.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
way around. And anyways.
That's cool, man.
That's
That's
fucking
awesome.
cool. Well, fuck. All right, guys, we were fucking getting ready to wrap this up. Then we started talking about shit.
We started diving in more.
Yeah, let's bounce.
We're gonna do Brett's. We're gonna go
let's
look
go.
at
Let's
Brett's
go fucking lay
condo.
tile.
But Brett, I want to thank you for coming on the show,
Listen,
man.
man,
It
when
was
I'm
an
in
honor.
town, I'll come on anytime, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll get
When you
Brett
reached
back
out
down
to
here.
me and I was like, you know, obviously I didn't. I'm like, I don't know you, but then I saw, you know, you guys are kids and you're into this and that. And
Well, it was a real honor for us. You definitely are the biggest we've had on the
well,
show.
no,
Yeah,
but
I
it's cool that you guys are brothers and you're doing this and you know, and it's just cool, man. I like supporting this type of shit, man.
Thanks,
so,
man.
you know, if you ever want me to come on again, I will.
Awesome, man. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Looking forward to those cigars. So everybody, we'll see you guys later. Check out Brett's comedy special, and yeah, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys.